Hi there and welcome to South Africa. We've got a special welcome for you from two of our caddies that have been caddying for us for 5 years. We thought you might like a little taste of what it's like here at KwaZulu-Natal near Durban in South Africa.
Nothanda abantu siyabonga ukuthi nisivakashele lana eSouth Africa ngoba sekunesikhathi eside nagcina ukusivakashela.
Siyabonga. Noma nesithole singaphelele uthi maqeza nizobuyena emthole nisendaweni esafe siyathanda benibuye now December sonibona.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Well, today we're going to have the Tandeka and Tandabantu show, which are our Zulu names, not Valerie and Frank. So let's get started.
Sure, and we won't speak in Zulu just for the purposes of those English-speaking people out there. First up was a question from Steve, and Steve wanted to know why a mallet putter, Frank? Why should he putt with a mallet putter?
Well, I think I've made mention of this many times before. A mallet putter is the most forgiving putter you can have. The blades, let me explain. Here is a mallet putter. It happens to be a Frankie Frog, which is the best putter out there right now. But the center of gravity is far away from the face as possible, which now makes the forgiveness up and down very much better than in any other blade putter. So now you've not only got the across the face but up and down, which is more forgiving. At the same time, I have a radius sole on it, so it adjusts for any undulations or differences in undulations on the green. The people haven't moved to mallets yet, but everybody really should, because it's a very, very forgiving putter, and the rest of it's now up to you.
Absolutely. Second up was Professor Paul, who's practicing hard on his carpet because there's snow outside, and he wanted to know about making the transition from the carpet to the putting green when he gets out there in the spring. What are the differences in speed, Frank? What should he be looking to do?
Well, most commercial carpets are about 15 feet on the stimp meter. But that's alright because it's on such a flat surface that you can handle that. What you really need to do is work on your mechanics. The mechanics being keep your arms relatively straight, keep your eye behind the ball, and make sure you've got the correct rhythm. Once you've got the mechanics correct, you've been working on that, then when the time comes when the snow melts, get out there and work on the practice putting green, then all you have to do is recalibrate, but the mechanics are still exactly the same. So we hope that the snow eventually melts for you, Professor Paul.
It shouldn't take too long. I mean, the Masters is coming around, so at least you can sort of relate to those guys on those fast greens.
Absolutely.
And I'd like to just introduce our next segment, which is called Rapid Fire. A lot of you said, I want you to answer more questions, Frank. So what we've done is come up with this concept of rapid fire questions for Frank. So are you ready, Frank?
I'm ready.
Okay, let's get started. First up was question regarding the adjustable drivers, the new adjustable drivers. Are they good for golfers, Frank? Is this something that we should be looking at?
Well, the adjustable driver basically is the shaft that goes into the head. That's where the joint is, and the joint is adjustable. And it's very good for adjusting to a particular lie angle or face progression or face angle that you want. It's good for that. So for the fitting process it's good, but after that don't try and mess with it. It just adds to the confusion of our swing anyway. So if you're trying to use an adjustable driver to adjust for any flaws in your swing, no, I don't think it's a good idea. So we got good and bad about it. Right.
Second up was a comment from a gentleman in North Carolina who said that the tiger tees should be hidden. They should be back beyond where anyone can see them, so then no one will play them. What do you think, Frank?
Oh, I'm very happy to hear that we've had numerous emails about the tees in our last Q&A, and people are wanting to try and play from the correct set of tees, and there's no question about it that we should get back, and this suggestion was a wonderful one. Take those tiger tees and hide them. Don't even get a golf cart path towards them, so nobody is tempted to go ahead and use them. So absolutely, play from the correct set of tees. You'll speed up play and you'll enjoy your game very much more.
Another question was, is there a formula that we should use for playing from the correct set of tees? So do you take, your 5-iron distance and do something to it to get the correct formula?
Well, not really. I suppose there is one way you could do it that way, but my suggestion is very much go ahead and make sure that you can par every hole with your best shots. If you can't par the hole with your best shot, then you're playing from the wrong set of tees. So that's my suggestion. If you do that, then you'll enjoy your game very much more.
Finally, quick question, plumb bobbing, does it work?
Oh boy, this is a tough one. Plumb bobbing is very complex. If the hole and the ball and the position directly under your dominant eye, all in a straight line, and you can then plumb bob and you'll do it correctly. But very few people actually do that. They're looking at something, I'm not too sure what they're looking at, so I'd suggest unless you're doing it properly, don't even mess with plumb bobbing.
Okay, good advice as ever from Frank. We also have a special guest this week. Frank took some time out of his busy schedule here in South Africa to talk to Derek James. Derek is the short game guru here in South Africa, and Frank spoke to him to get a few tips for you how to improve your short game.
Yeah, listen to these tips and pay a little attention, and I think you'll really enjoy what Derek's got to say. He's a superstar in his own right. He's very well respected here in South Africa. So let's listen to what Derek's got to say. Derek, thank you very much for coming on the show. Really appreciate it, and I'd really like you to help our viewers.
Okay, Frank, nice to have you back in town again. Yeah, guys, just some simple little thoughts that I'd like to work on. I think one of the biggest mistakes people make generally, but particularly with short game, is they grip the club too tight. So number one, I'd like them to, no matter what grip they've got, lighten it. So have a nice light grip. The second thing that they do, they've been told to stay still, and so they don't transfer their weight. They stay on their back foot and end up scooping the ball. So don't be scared to feel a little transfer of weight. And then the third thing is maintain your extension. So if they were going to, when they follow through, what I'm doing, I'm keeping my hands from my chest, the same distance at address, through the ball, and then hold that finish. I think the last thing, maintaining that extension and holding your finish are vital for the short game.
Great, well I really appreciate that, and I'm sure that'll take a couple of strokes off our listeners' game. You remember that very light grip, move through it, and keep the extension, the three things to do. Derek, thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you, Frank.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that, and remember those few little hints that Derek has suggested. Very soft grip, shift your weight, and keep the extension. If you do that, I'm sure it's going to improve your short game. I know I'm going to start working on it.
Next week we'll be coming to you from Bangkok, where the President's Cup was held a few years ago. So Frank is speaking at the South African Golf Summit, which is tackling some of the issues facing golf development in South Africa. So be sure to join us from there, and please keep your feedback coming. Send us your questions for the rapid fire, and we'll do our best to get to all of them.
Yeah, thanks a lot, and remember the feedback. We really do appreciate it. Bye.
Bye.